Hello guys, do you remember that movie released in 1986 called Short Circuit? There was a sequel released in 1988. Chappie is quite similar. It's maybe better, it is sharper, and it has maybe a little bit more to offer. So this is my review on the Chappie for X Perception. It's the latest science fiction film made by Neil Blomkamp. He's the director of District 9, a movie that was released in 2009. He was also nominated in 2010 at the Oscars for Best Picture, so that's quite an accomplishment. And he also did Elysium, released in summer 2013. That was with Matt Damon, another futuristic film. Now it's a new genre that he approaches. It's uh, it's it's with robots. It used to be with aliens or outer space elite. Now it's with robots. It was based on a short film that he did in 2004 called Tetra Val. It was pretty much about a sentient robot patrolling the streets of Johannesburg in South Africa. So now this film, the way it is, it revolves around a young engineer played by Dev Patel. The character is Dion Wilson. He's a creator of a line of robot police officers used in the city of Johannesburg in South Africa, and it's very successful. Okay, they're very successful products. They're the majority of the police force as well, if I'm correct, or half the police force. And what he did in his private time at home was to create a type of software that would allow a machine to have a conscience, to become a sentient. Unfortunately, he's kidnapped by a group of thugs who simply want him to create or turn off the machines remotely. And the reason why, that's because they want to do a big heist. They owe a lot of money to a rival gang, especially the leader, about $20 million. That's the money they owe to that leader of that rival gang. So right after he's kidnapped, well, he's at the gang's location, and he does decide to activate the damaged robot that he stole at his company to experiment on with this software, because the CEO refused. The CEO is played by Sigourney Weaver. She's a CEO, and she refused. She didn't want that experiment to become true. It wasn't profitable for her, really. She didn't want a robot to play music or feel art or add feelings. So she didn't need that. It's not something profitable for a company. So it felt quite ridiculous for her. So everything goes perfectly with Chappie activated. So it's pretty much like a child who learns, and very naive too. Of course, it will learn what to do and what not to do in life. But unfortunately, Chappie will be manipulated by the guys in the gang, in the band. Well, not the band, but let's not forget that two of the gang members are real musicians in life. So that's Yolandi and what's his name? Watkin Tudor, of course, is Ninja. That's his. I think it's his artist name, but it's Watkin Tudor, and we know Yolandi Visser. There's also Jose Pablo Cantillo, who's Yanko. That's the third member. So yeah, well, of course we have Sigourney Weaver. She plays Michelle Bradley. She's a CEO. There's Hugh Jackman also in this film. He is a rival engineer. He's a weapon designer, and you know, he has his own project, a bigger machine that requires a brain and sensors. He doesn't believe in artificial intelligence, really. He believes that a human is the best at the helm of a machine, and his machine is quite powerful. It looks like the Ed 209 in RoboCop. So I think that's where Blomkamp got the inspiration. So you have a lot of a short circuit and a little bit of RoboCop too in this film. So and let's not forget, he desperately want to destroy Chappie. So it's kind of cliche, but that's part of the film. So what I think about it, it's very interesting visually and aesthetically. There's a realism in this film depicting Johannesburg. I like the way he shoots in general. There is realism in his movies, and it's nice. He is a good artist. I mean, Neil Blomkamp is a good artist. He might not be the best, but he does a very good job. Uh, well, yeah, I have my notes, so there's a lot of things to say in general. So what he does pretty much, it's pretty much, there's a lot of stuff from Short Circuit. It's just sharper, okay? It's edgier. What he does, he explore about life, being sentient, learning, trusting people and not trusting the right people, not trusting people in general. So of course there's a learning process, and Chappie is pretty much a reflection of humans in general. If we look at it, it's simpler. Neil Blomkamp did simplify that aspect, just maybe to make us realize how we are influenced in life and how we let's say walk in a certain path. And I think that's something it did explore very well. It's not something we see in other movies in general. We do see it, but it's not well developed, and that's well done in this film. So it's one of its strengths. Another strength in this film, it's quite unexpected. There are a lot of unexpected situations as well, and the end is quite bizarre, weird also. It's not something I feel comfortable with it, but I think it's acceptable, and I'm not gonna give you away let's say the ending, but it's a weird ending, and it does explore consciousness and of course the importance of the soul, and maybe it gives less importance to the body, but it refocuses on the soul, and that's what it is. It sounds cliche, but it is well presented. It's not a perfect film, of course. You know, I might not be very comfortable with the end. It's quite different. It's quite a big shift, but you people watch it and tell me what you think. I would give this film an 8 out of 10. It's a good flick. It's not perfect, but it's well done. There are a lot of cliche shots. I would say maybe that these are tools that you want to maybe just use to build an action film. So of course it's normal to use some cliche. Paul Verhoeven did it, but in a different way in RoboCop. This is different, so it's a good flick. It's a good science fiction film. It's better than Elysium, maybe not better than District 9, but you know, I'm gonna wait on DVD if there are deleted scenes and if there's an extended version for this film. So this is my mark, 8 out of 10. Go watch it and leave your comments below below the video, and yeah. Okay, so thanks guys for your time, for watching my review, and I wish you the best. Have a good time at the movies also, and God bless. Okay, take care.